Welcome back, Day One Energy, episode 11. We have an incredible guest with us today. Leon, thank you so much for coming on. Introduce yourself, let us know what you do.
Yep, cool. Neon Boxing Academy, I'm the head coach and owner of that gym.
Leon from Neon.
Leon
from
Neon. Well, that was going to be that was my fight name, Neon Leon.
Yeah.
I didn't want anything hardcore or too tough, just something nice and bright.
Yeah, love it.
Yeah.
Love it. So you've been running the gym for, the Boxing Academy, just over 12 months?
Yeah. December 1st anniversary. Wow. That was really good.
Yeah, and it's grown really quick.
Yeah, that first year, the first 12 months, we were just handling things as it comes, just taking it on. We were trying to foresee what was happening, but no, we were just dealing with it as it came, which was great. It kept us really, really busy, and focused.
Did you have any past business experience where you had another business prior to Neon?
No, not really. My wife had a takeaway shop.
Yeah.
But then that was many years ago. That's the only business experience I've come across or had to deal with.
Do you just dive right in?
Yeah.
But I suppose
especially a completely different industry where. No, it's great.
Yeah,
it's great.
Yeah, and you'd worked in like the boxing industry in the past as a trainer too, before starting the business, right?
Yeah. So I used to teach. Well, when I stopped fighting, I just stuck to boxing because I love that form of martial arts. I guess.
Yeah.
It came natural to me, so I started teaching martial art. Not martial arts. I started teaching boxing at a boxing gym, 2 nights a week, and then only fitness for then. And then it started evolving from there when I started looking after fighters and things like that.
Yep. And you've got quite a few fighters under your belt now.
Oh yeah, man. Like last year we had probably a dozen. This year we got. If everyone fought this year, it'd be like 30 fighters.
Yeah,
and that's pretty decent for a boxing gym.
Especially 12 months in too. Like you're very, very fresh, and the growth has been amazing.
Well, what surprises me is, like most boxing gyms, 80% to 90% are fitness orientated members, but at our gym, it's like 50% or just under wannabe fighters. They come in, they do a few weeks, and then I think I want to start competing. So that's awesome because I love that stuff.
Yeah. I think the difference with your gym as well is because for those who don't know, I just started training with Leon, and I boxed at Boxing 101 in Cleveland before COVID, before it closed down. And I think the difference with your gym is you actually teach a lot more technique, and I think learning the technique gets people excited to go, ooh. Yeah, this is actually pretty cool. And then once you get your hips going, your feet moving, you're getting a bit more power out of your hits. Punch. You're like, oh shit, this is cool. Yeah.
And that's I can't help myself.
I've
always been technical, probably because of all the other martial arts I've done. I love technique. I love explaining why we do what we do, as you can see. Yeah. So I just can't help myself but teach technique.
Can we dive into your past with martial arts and what you've trained with over the years and what you've learnt and what you've loved and how you've ultimately ended up with boxing?
All right. So this is close to 25 years to 30 years of being in the sport. I originally started doing Muay Thai down in Melbourne, and I got to we call it black singlet. I got to a certain level there. And then when I moved up to Queensland, I started doing MMA style fighting. This is when before UFC was that popular. MMA was quite raw there's no, I don't even know if there is any regulations or governing bodies right now, but back then there wasn't really. We just talked to some promoters, turned up, and then we fight.
Yeah.
That's it. Yeah. So it's quite raw. And then from that, I started doing jiu-jitsu. I went to another school to do jiu-jitsu, Japanese jiu-jitsu, which is like the stand-up to ground fighting. And that was like another 5-6 year journey from there. And then, was competing then. And then now I've just focused boxing because it's my favourite discipline out of all the martial arts. Or plus, I'm more natural at it myself. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So what you're good at, I mean, what you like is obviously because you're good at it. You know what I mean? Yeah, and that's how I ended up sticking to boxing and just started training boxing instead of one day, like 3 or 4 times a week, I'm going to jiu-jitsu, going to Muay Thai, go straight to boxing. So I was always chasing that, and now just going to boxing was just chill.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
With although that's decades of experience working and also practicing those specific arts. What has that taught you as an individual? Like, what have you learned from putting yourself through all that and understanding it and learning to practice it?
Okay, number one, I stay motivated. I always had a goal that I wanted to achieve. If I didn't have a goal, like chasing belts, going up the ranks, or bettering myself in Muay Thai, just hitting harder, getting a little bit more technical, and just stay consistent and stay motivated. Otherwise, you're not going to achieve anything.
Well, that's motivation. Let's touch on that a bit, because day one energy, it means that, day one, you get in, first day on the job, you get in, you want to smash it out.
Yeah.
Right, and you have the best day ever.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks later, it drops off. So the whole point behind the podcast is talking about how you keep that day one energy. It's big for Lachie and I in our businesses, coming in every day like it's your first day, energy's high, your motivation's high. How have you kept that day one energy, like both with your fighting and then also your business too? Because I know your first 12 months in business is always
difficult.
The best, yet the shittest time ever.
Yeah, you always look. Something's new. Any situation that comes with a business is new to you in the first 12 months. So you got no experience running a business and what comes at you from any direction. And as I say to all the fighters, you just got to adapt. You got to take it on and adapt to that situation, and that's one of my main. You'll hear me say it a lot in training. You gotta adapt. If you're sparring someone better or someone different, you gotta adapt. If an email comes in saying you gotta do this, you gotta do that, well, you gotta adapt and learn what you have to do in regards to what they want, and what your goals. I mean, what your client wants as well. So you just gotta keep evolving, adapting. And in regards to motivation, I'm actually blessed that I've found the sport I love.
Yeah.
And I love to teach and work in that business. You know what I mean? So that's number one for me.
Yeah. So I guess a lot of your motivation is more internal rather than external.
Oh yeah, it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
Like when I teach you to throw a beautiful straight cross, as good as you feel, I actually feel really happy that I've given him something that he doesn't, that
Didn't have.
that makes him happy, because I saw him throw it and it put a smile on his face. Subconsciously, I'm happy, man. You know what I mean? And every time I see a new or different students improve, they don't have to be new, be experienced students. But if they've improved, man, I'm happy, man. And that's another motivation thing.
I guess
staying happy.
Yeah. It comes down to how much you love it, right? And we talked about this in a lot of other previous episodes. You gotta love what you do. You gotta wake up and you gotta want to go do that business, do your work, or practice in that activity. And it's pretty awesome that you found something that you love and you did 20 years, and now you got a new business and you get to do it every day and make it your life.
I get to do it every day.
Yeah.
I get to see.
It's got to be fun, man.
Clients. I joke a lot as well.
Yeah.
You know.
Every now and then he'll yell at you, but that's that's because you fucked up.
Yeah. Because I've told you twice or 3 times.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, nah, exactly. You're right, bro.
Yeah. Wow, mate. So, where do you see yourself going? You're 12 months into the business now, a little over. And it's fresh. Like, I imagine you'd have ideas booming through your mind, and you've got a million things that you might want to achieve in the next few years, especially with the business and where it wants to go. So where's your head at? Like,
Oh, man. Right now, all I want to do is grow space. I just want to grow space. I can get more clients to come in. Right now, we're pretty busy, and that's one of the obstacles we actually have. Not enough space.
Yeah.
In our
Thursday
studio.
night was
Choppers.
packed.
Yeah. I either open more classes or make more space to bring more clients in.
You got to adapt to the growth. Yeah.
Yes, that's what we're doing.
Yeah.
Adapting. We had
Exactly. Like, adapt. Yeah.
yeah, we had actually had a small space, probably about the size of this. It wasn't too big.
Wow. Yeah.
Yes, so it wasn't a conscious decision to open up a boxing gym. It just evolved
Happened.
into this situation right now, and then we started, like, I don't know what, 2 months in, we knocked down another wall to make more space. 12 months in, this year, while everyone's on holidays, I'm there knocking down walls to create more space and move things around, which has worked out really good because now there's more people coming in, and that's that makes me happy, I guess.
Yeah. To give some context, so when you're saying you're knocking down walls, it's a pretty big shed.
Yeah.
And that shed you originally built to be your house, right?
Yeah, well, I was going to have a little studio in there, and just like a little side hustle. Wanted to just rent that little studio out.
Yeah.
Because I needed the space because I was training like amateur fighters on my veranda. I was training. If it wasn't at my veranda, it was in that little space. Was just a shed then.
Yeah.
And then over time, I guess, natural progression, it evolves into, in regards to natural progression, more and more fighters started coming, started attracting more students that wanted to compete. So then, now natural progression, I had to change my side hustle decision into renting a studio out and opening a boxing gym instead, which is turned out to be the greatest decision I've made for what I do, for what I love, things like that. It's mad.
I love that word, that phrase there, natural progression. Let things take their course and just be there for the journey.
Yes.
With how rapidly you've grown and signing on fighters and training people and doing it every day and then knocking down walls and growing. How have you acquired majority of your fighters? Has it and people coming to the gym? Has it naturally happened? Like,
Yes.
has it just word of mouth? No marketing, no nothing.
Nah, exactly.
Yeah.
Naturally happened.
Yeah.
So I don't need. I haven't really bombed advertising. I haven't really pretty much social media on Instagram and Facebook we just release content. I don't really advertise too much anywhere else. And even on social media, I just release content. I don't advertise too much.
Wow.
And
Yeah, it's more like a lot of the fighters share the stories and then tag the gym in it and that sort of
Yes.
thing, and it gets out like that. It's like word of mouth.
yeah,
Yeah.
that's true.
Yeah.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
We're sort of lucky. We don't have to pay for advertising.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I
Let
do.
them do it for you. Yeah. No, it's pretty awesome, but it's just great hearing about businesses that don't require to do that. And they really just, they thrive and they've grown off word of mouth and just happy people that are using the services within it. So congratulations. That's awesome.
Thanks.
Man.
Well, you say happy people? Well, I try to create a happy environment. I'm naturally a happy person anyway. You know what I mean? And in regards to boxing, people think it's a thug sport or there's that hard element to it. Well, I don't believe that. Like, I believe stay happy, be true to yourself. You don't have to be, like, don't be fake. Just if you're naturally a happy person, be happy. You're like, in regards to attracting clients, I'm not attracting just happy people. I'm attracting like nice, kind-hearted, lovely people that love the sport of boxing. So I'm blessed in regards to I'm working with nice guys all the time, and I think it's, how do you say this? It's my purpose to teach boxing, and because if it's my purpose, the universe creates everything to help me, help others, to help me.
100%. You attract what you put out there.
Yes, yes, that's what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
People match you on.
Yeah.
You attract the people that essentially you are.
Yeah, it's crazy. I think about that all the time, and I just go, wow. I can't explain it, but that's...
Yeah. Well, I mean, in doing that, you've created such an awesome space. I mean, like, the first time I went in, I had, like, random people come up to me and they're like, hey, bro, how are you? You know, and it was cool. You've created an awesome space where people feel comfortable. And I think in turn, because they're comfortable, they're happy, you know, they want to come back, they want to learn more. And by learning more, you're giving them something of value. So, again, it makes them more happier. It's,
So, I like to reiterate what you just said. Most of our guys are so humble, from just normal fitness members to like Australian champions, because we got Aussie champions in our gym, and they come and say hello to you. Just the average member will come and say hello.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just so happy for. I mean, I'm just so happy to see that they go up. I don't tell how to go say hello to our new guys.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They just go and do it. How good's that?
Culture.
Oh yeah, that's a good word.
Good. Yeah.
There is a good culture there. Hey?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, it really is.
Definitely. I think that's important in any business is culture, and 100%, whether it's with your clients, whether it's with the people who are working for you, or you know, that's something. Culture, it just makes a far better, like, happy,
enthusiastic.
workspace.
Yeah.
They want. Okay, so let's relate this back to boxing. If in a if in a fight or a tournament, if one of my fighters not doing so well in the first round, when you talk about culture, I'll come back. When they come back to the corner, I'm going, man, come on, wake up. You got to do this, do that. Well, sometimes in regards to culture, if they aren't fighting for themselves, they'll fight for you.
Yeah.
The coach or your boss.
Yeah.
If they want to put in the extra hour because your boss is a nice guy and he just wants to do a favor for your boss. You know what I mean? These guys will fight for their coach, their family over there. You know, things like that. Or their teammate. That's the part of the culture, teammates.
100%. Massive in business, because there's so many people out there that will work for someone, and they'll just work their ass off for someone. And then when they go and start a business, they won't do it for themselves. That slows down progression. I 100% did that when I first started my business. I worked so much harder for someone else because I had to, because I was told to, because I wanted to make sure that, you know, they were successful, and then in turn I would then be successful. And then it was learning that your motivation has to become internal as opposed to external. And you have to start, like, realize why wouldn't I work harder for myself? Like, I'm doing this for me.
You deserve it too.
Yeah.
Not just that guy or your old boss.
Yeah.
You deserve every success that you put in. The efforts.
Yeah. And I think once you learn the internal motivation too, that's when the success starts to come a little bit more. You start to do things a little bit differently than when you were doing it for yourself and that sort of thing.
And that sources back to day one energy.
Yeah.
Why do you wake up in the morning? Who are you doing it for? Like, what's your purpose? And it's good to be sitting next to someone who figured that out over a good period of time.
Yeah, it took me time.
Yeah,
It took me time
and that's
to work
totally
on myself.
Exactly, and that's normal because we talk to a lot of people who go, you know, I want to do this and I want to do that. I just don't know what I want to do. But the fact that you went out there, you tried 4 different martial arts before you found out that boxing is my one.
Yeah.
And then you roped around to that and said, this is where I am right now, and this is what I'm going to pursue for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
And that's I think that's quite a powerful thing.
Yeah, 100%. 100%. Like for me, it's about having freedom.
Mm-hmm.
Freedom to, you know, spend time with the family, freedom to spend time with my friends and do things for myself. And I'm someone who's very, very comfortable in my own skin, like doing my own thing.
Yeah.
I'll go...
You're not fussed what the outside world thinks about you.
Yeah, and just doing stuff. I'm comfortable with my own company.
Yeah.
I do so much by myself. Like I'll go camping by myself. I'll go to the beach by myself. I'll go surfing by myself. You know, I love doing stuff for myself, and so that's when having that freedom to be able to have that balance between myself, my career, and then my family and friends as well. Like that's, to me, that's success. Yeah. That's why I do it.
With 12 months being into business now, can you shoot me 3, 4, 5 things? Because we have a lot of listeners who are pre-business, wanting to start something, wanting to get into something. Hit me with 3, 4, 5 things that you've learnt in your first year of running this business. Whether they're failures and you've had to learn from them, or whether you've adapted to something, or you did something wrong and you figured, I'll do it right, or you've done something right from the get-go and it's just worked brilliantly.
Yeah, well, pretty much the only thing I need is space right now. So, yeah.
Is that scary though? Like, so if you need to bring on more space, are you going to have to lease somewhere new where you're going to pay more? Or?
As I said, you know, you adapt. I've already got 2 or 3 stages in the back of my head of how I'm going to expand this space that I've got.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I've got plans. That's what you got to do. You also got to think ahead too. You can't just open a business and say, all right, come at me. You still got to be thinking of...
Yeah, what if this happens? What if that happens? Yeah.
Yes, exactly. What else? Just dealing with clients as well. So far all my clients have been awesome. They help me and I help them. They help me back. You know, it's so good. So don't take your clients for granted. That's it. Another thing that I've learned. I don't know. What about you?
Oh, you know, I've had this question asked a couple of times now. Yeah, just look after your clients. I mean, at the end of the day, like for me, with my business, I'm looking after someone's biggest asset. Most of the time it's their biggest asset, and so like, you know, this could be money that goes towards their retirement fund. This is, you know, houses their family. So it's all about putting the client's best interest first. So it's more, I guess, because I'm providing a service, it's doing it for them, not for me. Advertising was probably a big one for me as well. I advertised probably in the wrong areas and didn't get a giant return. And then it's just, learning where your return on investment is for me. That was a big one. Big one. Yeah. That's you lot.
In terms of what I've learnt in my years of business, people is everything. And the people you work for is everything. So if I'm surrounding myself with 25 clients from a month-to-month basis, and I'm spending hours and hours with those select people, I want to be with the right people. I want to be with people who I want to sit down and talk with. I want to work for, and I want them to achieve success. And we have this balance of I want good for you, you want good for me, and that general kindness and generosity towards each other. Put money aside. It's not there. If you pull the money out of this, I will still treat you the same way. And I think that was the biggest thing for me is just I want to work with people. Like I want to work with good people. And if I'm not working with good people, why am I doing it? Because then I'm just doing it for money and that's not what I want to do.
Yeah, that's not what motivates you.
Not at all, exactly.
It's in here that motivates you, eh?
Like you replace money. Money will come and go for as long as we are alive. But the rocks in our life, the foundations, the people we're surrounded with, I think they're your priority on who. As long as you take care of yourself, but they're our priorities around us is to have those relationships and to foster and grow together. And the way that business comes into that, I think, is a very important part.
Well, as you said, grow together. That's what we're doing.
Yeah.
At the gym, we're all growing together. My students learn, but I've got to actually learn. I'm still educating myself outside. You know, believe it or not, I actually went back to school to do, TAFE. I was never a school person and went to do TAFE. So that was a big achievement. That's part of owning a business. I needed to go and learn how to do things.
Yeah, true.
Yeah. So learn how to run a business, learn how to teach, actually, So TAFE has helped me in regards to that. Yeah. Or education, I guess. So.
Yeah. Yeah, funny you said, like the topic of a few of our first episodes was all about, because Lachie started his business straight out of school, no uni degree, no like diplomas, anything like that, and I had my Cert 3 in business, but that was really it in terms of like stuff for real estate, I guess.
Yeah.
And yeah, we spoke a lot about those who get out of school and they go to uni for 4 to 5 years and they go into it, and we just both kind of said, "Oh, fuck that."
Yeah.
I'm not, I hated school.
Yeah.
I hated school.
But that being said, we learn every day. Absolutely, every day we're
100%.
learning and we're adapting and we're absorbing knowledge that can help us.
Yeah. You don't even know it, eh?
Yeah,
you're just doing it.
You're pulling it in, like.
Bro, if you enjoy what you do, the extra hours that you put in, the sweat that's on your brow because you're running from this meeting to the other or whatever, it's not actually a big deal because you love it. It's a labour of love, isn't it?
Yeah, labour of love.
You're doing what you love. So, it's not work, mate.
It's not. No. Just go.
I love being busy. I love it. I get so excited when I'm busy, and then like, funnily enough, I actually get excited when I eat lunch at like 3 o'clock in the afternoon.
Because you had a big day.
Yeah. I'm like, awesome.
Yeah.
Man,
that was successful.
Yeah, that's bad. How good's that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Awesome. All right. Well, thank you so much for coming on.
Yeah, no worries. Thanks for having me.
Oh, it's a pleasure.
Yeah, that was awesome. Streaming now on all platforms. Follow us on Instagram and Facebook.
And check out Leon also. We'll put his tags below.
Neon Boxing Academy.
Yeah, Leon from Neon.
Leon from Neon.
We'll make that. Should we make that the title of the episode? Yeah, we'll make that the title of the episode.
Yeah, keep it bright.
That's it.
Oh, love it.
Awesome.
Thanks, guys.